Hey everyone, it's me, Goku! Don't forget to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming. Here, you'll find the latest Dragon Ball news and content. Also, don't forget to like the video and follow Unreal on both Instagram and Twitter.
Kakarot! You, Kakarot, you will be the first to turn on notifications and give this video a like right now, or else I'll destroy you!
I think that's enough out of you, Frieza.
Well, if it isn't Lord Beerus, did you come here to admire my new power? Or did you come here to die?
Well, I actually came here to put an end to your nonsense, Frieza. So now why don't you show me what this new black form of yours can really do?
As our story continues back on Beerus' planet, with Beerus now being shown having to come face to face and confronting Black Frieza, with tension now being shown mounting between the two, it was only from there where Beerus went on to address Frieza by telling him, "It would be wise of you to take your leave now while you still have the opportunity to breathe, Frieza. In all my years of being a god of destruction, never once was my position threatened until now. You're letting this new black form of yours get to your head, which I'm honestly not surprised by now, considering how it seems to be a reoccurring trope with you," Beerus says. "Except this time, I won't be so easy on you," with Frieza responding, "I have all the reasons in the world to be feeling the way I do, Beerus. I have finally achieved the unthinkable, to not only go beyond those god monkeys below, but to also surpass this universe's god of destruction. Tell me something, what exactly do you do throughout your day, Beerus? Sit around and be lazy, eat and go to sleep? Well, while you were too busy napping, I was busy getting stronger so that I could one day finally destroy you and take my rightful place in this universe as its god of destruction." Lord Beerus, he isn't bluffing, Vegeta went on to chime in. "Frieza isn't the same person he was before his training. He's a lot stronger than we thought as well," Goku says. "You've got to let us help you against him. He isn't going to stop until he gets what he's been training for, so let us help you, Lord Beerus," Vegeta says. "What do I look like to the two of you, huh? I never asked either of you to help me in this fight because I'm going to destroy that coward myself. Do you understand? If either of you decide to get in my way, then it'll be your heads that are mounted on my wall after his. Stay out of my way." But then, unbeknownst to Beerus from out of nowhere, that was when Black Frieza had gone as far as to speed blitz right in front of Beerus' face by telling him, "You should really stop focusing so much on them and start paying more attention to me." As with the first punch now being thrown by Frieza, with Beerus being shown having to grab onto Frieza's fist, it was only upon the moment of contact where Beerus went on to address Frieza by telling him, "You are extremely brave today, Frieza." As with the gigantic shockwave now being shown having to echo throughout the landscape, it was only from that point with Goku and Vegeta being shown bracing themselves where Goku went on to shout, "Gah! Whoa, what an incredible shockwave! Nerds, damn it, Lord Beerus doesn't know! That freak is holding back tremendous amounts of power!" "Well, color me blind, Frieza," Beerus says. "That was actually an impressive punch you landed there. And here I was expecting something much less. You've surprised me with that one, but surely that wasn't your all, was it? So, the mighty god of destruction is just as responsive as I assumed. Your reaction time was just as I suspected it would be. However, I want to see something from you as well," Frieza adds, "or is the mighty destroyer of the 7th just all talk, but then it was only upon Beerus having to be shown striking Frieza, with Frieza now being shown having to avoid each and every single one of Beerus' strikes, where Beerus went on to comment, "Oh, I'll show you all talk, Frieza. That mouth of yours is really starting to get on my nerves." "It's Kakarot, look, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Frieza's movements are nearly identical to your Ultra Instinct. He's able to see all of Lord Beerus' punches coming without a problem." As even then, with Frieza himself now finding himself in a very difficult situation, upon having to do his best in doing what he could to blast Beerus' head off by using one of his death beams, Beerus was quickly shown having to move out of the way and avoiding Frieza's attack, with Frieza responding, "Grr, you're just like Goku, slippery, evasive pest. You're getting awfully confident there for someone who thinks running away will be what destroys me. If you're so tough, then hold still." To which, unlike Frieza, who was failing in connecting any sort of attack on Beerus, it was only within that very second where Beerus was from there shown having to uppercut Frieza in the stomach by telling him, "Or perhaps maybe you're the one who should hold still for me while I finish what I originally came here to do." "How's about that?" Beerus asks. "Were you able to feel that one, Frieza? You should have held your tongue before opening that disgusting mouth. Let me remind you of your place on the food chain." To which, with Beerus then successfully shown having to connect a solid shot onto Frieza's face, it was only upon having to stumble back by wiping the blood from his mouth where Frieza went on to respond, "You bastard. I actually felt that one. A lot more than I wanted to feel. So, you're a lot tougher than I assumed you'd be for someone who does nothing but sleep around and eat all day. Fascinating. I haven't felt the desire to fight someone in a very long time, and so the longer this goes, the worse this will become for you," Beerus says. "Your newly discovered power is nothing compared to the absolute might of a god of destruction. And this is where you're wrong," Frieza says, "because what I've shown off here today isn't anything near my full power, which makes me wonder now, are you truly as powerful as you love to claim to be, or is this the limit of what your body can really do, considering how you've been so lazy throughout the years? Which one is it? Because I have news for you. If this is how powerful you truly are, then it'll only be a matter of time before I wear you down and finish you off for good, mighty lord." "Vegeta, this isn't good," Goku says. "So it's true. That monster is purposely holding back, but for what though is the question." To which, the moment Beerus was from there shown dashing directly towards Frieza, that was when Beerus went on to tell him, "Oh, you're making this much too easy for me if you think you've surpassed me, Frieza." "Oh, then why don't you prove me wrong then and just try and make me kneel," Frieza responds. "Because I can assure you one thing, as Beerus was shown attempting to strike Frieza with Frieza suddenly dodging, it was only upon having to reappear behind him where Frieza went on to tell Beerus, 'You won't.' To which, with Black Frieza now being shown elbowing Beerus in the spine with such tremendous amounts of force that we only now from there see how Beerus was in fact beginning to experience pain. However, despite Black Frieza being shown catching Beerus off guard even for a moment, Beerus was still shown having to fight back by backhanding Frieza across the face, as the two were now shown engaging in a very heated battle. It was only during the midst of this where Goku went on to tell Vegeta, "Listen, Vegeta, I don't think it's wise for us to just sit this one out and watch as Frieza does this to Lord Beerus. You know that our backs are against the wall here," with Vegeta responding, "So let's just jump back in now and use what we have to aid him." "No, that's not going to work," Goku says. "We are both completely drained at the moment, and if we try and jump in to help Lord Beerus out now, then Frieza will destroy us. So what are you trying to say, Kakarot?" As we only then see how Frieza had now began to unleash a barrage of energy blasts by firing them at Beerus. It was just upon Frieza having to do so where Frieza went on to shout, "You're far too slow. Let me show you how it's done." As despite Beerus being shown in a defensive guard while all of these blasts are slamming down onto him, Beerus was not shown being in a pleasant mood, as Beerus went on to comment, "Curse you, Frieza. Now you're starting to piss me off. You better not be thinking about what I think you're thinking about, Kakarot, because you can forget it," with Goku responding, "The only other thing that we can do to make a difference in this fight is to fuse together. Now, I know you aren't too excited by the idea of it, but it's the only shot we have at stopping him and surviving the fight. Please, Vegeta." Vegeta? What's wrong, Beerus? Black Frieza shouts, and here I thought you were much tougher than this. Having a bit of trouble holding it all together? Are my blasts starting to pierce through your defenses? Not winning as easily as you thought? To which in the meantime, with Vegeta and Goku now being shown arguing, it was only from there where Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "Sir, get away from me with that Kakarot. You know what my answer is going to be, so forget it." So Vegeta, please, we don't have time to be doing this. As through the smoke, it only now appears as though the God of Destruction Beerus was far from finished in having to fight Frieza, because it was only upon making his exit and dashing through the smoke, Beerus from there was shown punching Frieza in the face by telling him, "Maybe that ought to set you straight." But then, from out of nowhere within that moment, that was when Black Frieza had gone as far as to wrap his tail around Beerus' throat by telling him, "So you disgusting god, do you know what I had to put myself through in order to be where I am against you? I could never allow myself to fall behind any of you here ever again. And I'd rather die again than bend the knee. And I will no longer bow to the likes of you ever again. You will be the one bowing before me, or you will die." As Beerus was shown stumbling back in the air by responding, "There's no way you were able to get this strong this quickly. I can't believe this," Black Frieza says. "My dreams of putting you all in your places is finally coming true little by little. And here you made a mockery of what I was capable of. Well, who's laughing now, Beerus? If I didn't train for you, then I surely would have lost the moment our little fight started. So I'm quite happy that I did. And now for the closing moments of our duel. Now I may not be able to fully do this like how you can, but," Frieza says, "I guess practice makes perfect, doesn't it? Let's see, destruction, isn't it? Hakai? Yes. Oh, now I remember. So now if you still think that I'm bluffing about being the mightiest in this universe, then stay right where you are." "But that's just not possible," Beerus responds. "You know the Hakai? But how?" With Frieza responding, "Wouldn't be the first time I've experienced a destroyer's so-called erasing power. Cedra tried to erase me before the Tournament of Power, and look where that got him." In which it was only then, to Frieza's sudden surprise from behind him, we finally from that point then see the fusion between Goku and Vegeta, with Gogeta now being shown stepping forward. It was only upon Gogeta now being shown addressing Frieza where Gogeta went on to respond, "Not so fast there, Frieza. We made the grave mistake of letting you go before, but we will not be so foolish to be letting you go again. Right here is where your terror will finally be put to rest," with Frieza responding, "That power. I recognize that voice. Of course you monkeys would. It's you. I remember you from before. So you just couldn't hack it, could you, Gogeta, was it? So you do remember us," Gogeta says. "Then you surely must also remember how dangerous we can truly be after seeing what we did to Broly," with Beerus responding, "Oh well, would you look at that. You idiots fused. That was a bit surprising, but I never called for your fusion to help me against him. I have this all under control," with Gogeta responding, "Surely you're starting to see how dangerous this is becoming, right, Lord Beerus? Now's not the time to fight amongst each other. We should focus our attention in destroying him." "I said I got it, mortal," Beerus responds. "Now unless you want to fight for it, I'm going back in against him, and I don't want you Saiyans getting involved until I'm done." "Well, I think it's better if you let me get a crack at him and tag me in for a moment," Gogeta responds. But even then, while all of this was going down, Black Frieza did not seem to be worried in the slightest, as Frieza went on to respond, "You cocky little worms. This was exactly what I had been training for when I spent my days in that time chamber. I wasn't only training to fight and destroy Goku and Vegeta. I was training to fight and kill all of you. Not even your fusion was safe. So if the two of you would like to attack me together, then I welcome it," Frieza adds, "because at least then I will get to show you both the true and ultimate power that lies within me." To which, with Black Frieza now gearing up and having to battle against both Beerus and Gogeta, it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Black Frieza vs. Beerus manga chapter chapter one-off special then comes to a close. Now, make no mistake about the fact that even though right now the Dragon Ball Super manga is on a momentary hiatus, if Toyotaro and company aren't going to do anything, then I might as well, right? So what I really enjoyed particularly when putting this story together was to illustrate the case in point by having this crossroads between Beerus and Frieza, only because they have a tremendous history going way back. And so now that Frieza had obtained this godly level of power, Frieza doesn't have the need anymore to bow to Beerus nor call him Lord. So instead of having to submit to Beerus, what Frieza ultimately had wanted to do was not only prove himself to be worthy enough in challenging a god of destruction, but to actually demonstrate the fruits of his growth by being able to actually take one down, in which in this case just so happens to be one of them that he has a lot of history with. So what I want to know from all of you guys down in the comment section below is where exactly would you guys scale Black Frieza by comparison to Beerus, Goku, and Vegeta right now, as there are a lot of mixed opinions, with some people believing that Frieza is the strongest in Universe 7, while others seemingly disagree to actually upvote someone else as being the current strongest. So with Gogeta now being added to the mix and seeing Beerus actually side with Gogeta in confronting and battling Black Frieza, this was originally supposed to be a one-part, one-and-done special, but I will consider making a third and final chapter to this story, but only if this video ends up doing great. So again, be sure to head on down below and give this video a big fat thumbs up if you guys do want to see a part 3, and if you just so happen to be new to the channel and of course love Dragon Ball, then head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon. That way you guys never miss a single video that is posted onto the channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all had a great time, and with that being said, I'm going to be seeing each and every single one of you down the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy guys and have a great day. Peace!
Hello! Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi!
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.